Kia ora e te whānau. Well, this video is a little bit different. I'm sure you're a little bit surprised to see me midweek. Usually it's on a Saturday, but it should be interesting nonetheless. We're going to do a little review. I will try and keep this first bit as short as I can, but I do want to be crystal clear as to what I received in exchange for this review. So Journalsay reached out to me and offered me $100 worth of product. It came with the free postage. I think if you spend over 30 or 29, I think it was USD, you get free postage anyway. And I have put paid promotion on the video because I did receive these products in exchange for the review. There is no affiliation. I did get offered affiliation, but I wanted you guys to know that this was an honest review and that I'm recommending or I'm using these products because I genuinely enjoyed using them. So you'll notice in the video description, while there is a list of the items from this box so that you can use them in search, I haven't included any links, so there's no confusion there that I don't get anything more from this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it all up and show you it all packaged. Then I will go off camera and I will unpackage everything so I'm not here for hours with you. And I will then show you a little bit closer of some of the items because you can't always see them through plastic. And then we will do a little make of a folio on the end, and I'll try and use a few of the bits and pieces from this box as well. So the only reason I said yes to this is because I was not scripted at all. I asked exactly what they wanted me to say, and the response was just an honest review. So with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so let's open her up and take a look. Okay, so like I say, I got a whole lot of beige neutrals that I could use. So we've got an embossing folder, and we'll use some of these to make a little project, and I'll unwrap some of them so we can get a better look. I thought these were really cute. I have lots of these. I don't have this, I haven't ever seen this small size, and I haven't seen it actually backed. Usually they're open, so those are quite cool. I got some scissors. I got a few packets of these because if you see, they're not that wide, so they won't bulk out my journal too much, but also look, they've got a little hole in them. Can you see that? Which means I can put a jump ring and a dangle on them, which I think is fantastic. I hadn't seen those before. I'm going to give this a try. I've tried one before and I have never had any luck with them for fussy cutting. It's meant to have the rotating nib, which that one does, so let's give that a go. Trinkets Retro. Like I say, I will quickly any of the ones that I'll hold them up so that if you want to find what they are. I thought I'd try an ink pad, see how we go with that, and a brown one as well. I got that clip because that's just really cool, so I got two of those. This was packed well, I've got to say, some washi tapes, and I shall get those out and show you. More of those. More of those, and more of those, because when I like something and I know I'm going to use those, I will go nuts. This guy, take a look at those, some more washi tapes. Lots more washi tapes. That one, which I thought was quite cool. That one, like I say, I'll give you a closer look. I don't remember ordering that. If you know me, you know I would not. That must have been one of my mistake purchases, because I'm never going to use something that coloured. Not that it's bad, it's just not me. Those ones, that might be helpful. Thought that was quite cool, so we'll open that up and see how that is. And then I got a whole heap of stamps. I feel like I've got something similar to that one, but similar, not the same. That guy, they don't seem to have any brand labels on them, so I couldn't tell you unless I link the description. That one was a tiny little texture print, which I thought could be really cool. You imagine that's meant to be leopard print, but if it was in a light brown, I think that would be really cool. More label. Oh, I got 2 of those. Good on me. I thought these were quite cute. Labels. And that one as well. Okay, so first of all, yeah, this little guy. Look at him. He's got a hole in him. But that's pretty good. That's not too thick, so he could be really cool for just pinning on the edge or holding a tag. You can put a little dangle on him. I love those. Love those. So these 4 here were all in the same category. So let's I like that. Let's see. Oh, that's good. That's like craft paper. That's kind of cool. Look. Yep, and it's really sticky. Really sticky. But I can see that could be like just on a cluster or something. That's really good. I like that. So I assume all of these 3 are the same sort of texture. So I've got the grid lines, which will be handy, little dots and some script writing. And they all feel like they are, but if I just grab another one at random, yep, they are. So they're quite thick, they're very matte, and they're just like it's been printed on craft paper. I would rate those. I think they're quite cool. That's it. This one, let's see if it's like that again, or if no, it looks like, yeah, that one's more of a washi sticker. So, which, how cool would this be? Look, you could just chop these little ones out and they could be like nice and sticky. I really do not think you would need to glue that as well. That's a really good amount of stick. But yes, I can see my hands through it. So it's definitely, that one's a washi sticker. But yeah, imagine just cutting some of these out. You've got little mini labels to pop onto a whale tail tab or something. These are definitely washi stickers. They are all they're the nice thin ones. But that's a really cool colour range. I don't think I need to show them all to you, but I'll just make sure that, where's the end, that it's got a nice adhesion. That is what kind of the washi tape I'm used to. If you're like me, you probably glue as well sometimes. It's got good adhesive, but it's about the same as most washi tapes, whereas the other 2 I think are quite a bit stronger. These 2 also came from the same collection, and I don't know if they're washi or if they're more like that craft paper. I think these ones are washi. Let's steal a little bit off there and take a look. Yeah, that one's a slightly see-through one again, but that's really cool too. Ooh, what am I going to use to create a little project? These, now I would probably never use them just like that. I would definitely give those an ink just on those edges, but they are cut really well. There is no white that you've got to faff around with cutting off. This will not peel now that oh, it did. Oh goodness. Oh, that's quite a substantial little sticker too. Let's see what he looks like stuck on something. So I think these are made out of the same stuff that is, to be fair. That's actually kind of cool, but I would ink it first. So those are cute. I would use those. Now these ones, they're not stickers, they're cards, and they've got a slight shine to them. What do I do with these? They're quite cool. If they are, some of them look more AI than others, but they're still quite neat. I'd see what they look like if we gave them a bit of a sand. But maybe I will try and use one of these in the make somehow, and we'll see what they look like. I mean, if you were putting that behind acetate, are you going to notice the shine? No. And then it would look like a photo. And if it had a little border, that would actually be quite cute. So maybe I'll try and use those. I know it's just an embossing folder. But that is quite raised. It's not shallow, so I imagine it's going to give a really nice impression. And I'm not sure if you can see the pattern, but I thought that was quite cute. It's like maybe peonies or some sort of flower, but I like the breaks. It's not completely full on. I've got some gaps. And this guy, can't even remember what it was. Oh, okay. So this just has a whole heap of labels in it. If I show you those, and then we'll peel one off. I'll try and use this in the make as well. Those are kind of cool. They are definitely completely matte, which I do like. They are not shiny stickers, so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't recognise them, but please, if they look familiar, let me know. Let me know. And then I think we go back. Alright, so if we steal one, so we put it on like that, slightly see-through. I can see the edge of the paper through there. That's pretty good. Pretty good adhesion as well. That's not just flipping straight off. Yeah, I'd be happy with those. They're lovely and matte. Can see me using them. Don't know about the words. Don't use a lot of... Okay, some of these are random. I don't use a lot of words. There's certainly a few in there that I won't be using. I don't know if you'll ever see me use that page. But these are quite cool. This one, that's pretty cool. Gotta say. That would be very, very cool to put one onto a piece of matte board, which I could also do in the make actually. And I'll chuck some resin on it and see how it behaves. And this one, I'm not opening that bright pink one. I do not even know where it came from. I must have clicked on the wrong thing. What do we got here? Oh, we got little tickets and things. See how that's quite... It's quite decent to pull off there. Usually with washi tape you can kind of just go whoop. So yeah, that could be quite cool as well. I can see me using that. Okay, so just like magic, it's night time. So I just made a really quick ephemera folio, like nothing you haven't seen before, but I will put this as a freebie down in the link in the description below. So it's just an A4 like that, and I've just scored along the pattern partitions, and then I've just cut a shape. So I haven't cut it exactly halfway. As you can see, it's a bit past halfway, and I think I'll just use these for the inside, which I just lined with a piece of Mayflower magazine. And then that guy envelope, he is just glued there. This one, just where that join was between the two papers, I just put a little bit of the washi tape that was from that box there. And then I've just glued the underside of that flap for that envelope. I have, because it's this way up, it does actually close that way, which even as a lefty, that seems a little bit strange. I for some reason feel like it should open like a book, but that's fine. It's nothing significant. So I'll get decorating that in a second. I had a play around. So that is the original, how it comes. This is what it looks like. I have put embossing, translucent embossing powder on that, and I have done 3 layers, and I did sand around the edges and scratch it up a little bit. Quite like how those came out. And then this one is matte. I've just put matte gel medium over that, and again scratched it and sanded the edges. I did 2 like that as well, and I quite like how they've come out. They look quite vintage, but that one's definitely usable as well for another project. You'd get the same thing with glossy accents or resin, I'd say. I was actually hoping if I put enough layers of the embossing powder on, I'd get that grainy, granular bubbling, but I couldn't get it to do it on that. Also, so we might use those. I did use the embossing folder. I love how it came out. It's got a really nice relief and emboss to it, and I would definitely use it, but I almost want to use that piece whole in a journal, like in a flip. So yeah, maybe not in this project. So I have got a new dauber so that we can see what this colour is like. And this is cocoa brown colour. To be fair, my go-to, and I just wanted to show you the outside, is a lot darker. I usually go for darker browns, and that one is Ground Espresso Distress Oxide. That's pretty much my go-to. And like I say, usually I go with the name brand inks. Just you can buy refills and stuff to top the pads up. And yeah, I can kind of see this is probably more like vintage photo. Maybe even more of a reddy brown than this. It's almost an orangey colour. So that colour in particular, it's not probably for me, but in saying that, it does distress the edges really nicely. I don't have any complaints about the ink quality. Looks quite nice where I've used both colours. So if I was wanting a more of a brownie edge that I will use, I'll put it underneath. Okay, so now I've got to remember which way I'm keeping this up, because I keep wanting to do it that way. It's not. I was thinking I would like a little bit, maybe this could just be somewhere to write a little note or something. So we could use one of the craft paper rolls. But I would also like to, just going to quickly cut a little piece out to make a frame to go behind that, so that we've got 3 layers. My cutting was terrible tonight, but it's alright. Over here, this is where I was thinking I might make a little cluster. So I just need to grab some paper. Okay, so I've grabbed a bit of that one, and I have inked the edges. I was just going to put that guy down here. Oh, I have to chop him off. And then I'm going to put that guy there. When I put, I do like to rip collage to fit in corners. I quite like the way it looks. Go, and I've actually, yeah, I think I like that little one there. Keep it with the theme of the ladies, I think. I thought we could use this one as a little tuck spot. So if we just, Sara-Lee, you're gluing, no you're not. You're not gluing the right side, as per usual. As I was saying, if we glue just 2 corners, the correct ones, we should be able to stick a little piece of paper or something in there. Oopsie. Over here, I do want to cover that, so I've just grabbed some of that, the script writing craft paper. I'll probably have to trim this a bit too and re-ink. Just want to put that one in there. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim the washi tape and trim that one. I thought maybe up here we could use some of this one to cover that. And I think it makes sense, yeah, for that to be right side up. So I'm just going to, oh, that's a nice fit. Not perfect, it'll have a little bit of an edge, but that's all right. And I just need a pen. Is it going to be my magic pen today? Yes, it is. The one that you can't see. However, it is washi tape, so who knows if we can see that on there. My top tip for Journalsaying many of my son's books is this is the method that I use. I just need to trim it just a shaving off the top there, but that's pretty good. Not too fussed about that, but maybe we could put something there. Let's put see the bottom of that now. I'm just going to really carefully and hope that's going to be enough to come and cut that through there. Just had the sticky envelope adhesive and I don't really want that to interfere. There we go. So we've got some room to stick in there. What are we going to do there? Maybe just another little pocket. Decided to just cut a little bit of that embossing and I will use that. Don't think I'm going to stick a divot in this one, but I might just bring out a little bit of that embossing with some ink. Okay, now they came off the roll. This one, I love this roll. I would definitely get a few rolls of these and have them in my stash. And I just cut them off separately. I put them on matte board, or you could use chipboard to make them a bit more substantial. I've resined them, but you could use glossy accents. But I would recommend using an acetone glue or something as well as the washi tape. Otherwise they do tend to lift with resining because you're obviously using a little bit of heat and it heats up the adhesive. And I've just ripped a little piece of paper. That would have looked quite cool. And I'm going to stick this on the edge. This guy, I have just cut a rectangular piece, folded it in half and rounded the corners. Now I'm not going to fill the pockets because we will be here forever. And I feel like I have kept you long enough. I feel like we have used quite a few of the bits and pieces, so I'm happy with that. And I might put that one on there. I love resining washi tape because of the paper it's made of. The resin can't get through it, so you don't have to worry about being really fast. It doesn't darken the washi tape, and if anything, it seems to enhance the colours. So and then for there, oh, we're in daylight again. I was just editing. Sorry about the dappled light. It's the best I could do where I'm sitting in my bedroom. And there was a video of me moving the camera because I did what I usually do and pushed record when I meant stop and stop when I meant record. So I just wanted to use one of these little closures on to close this folio, and I've just made a tag, and those stickers that I've used are from in here. They're both the washi sticker version, and then that's the more solid version and the washi sticker, all from that one. And I just put a couple of other little bits on it, and gosh, this light's annoying, I'm sorry. And I just attach them with a jump ring through the little hole, which has worked out perfectly. So that is what is going to close that guy. Okay, and I just thought I hadn't used the stamps yet, so I might just stamp, not the whole thing because it's not going to fit, but just put a stamp there. So let's see what that stamp's like. And I am terrible, I don't use stamp blocks, so please don't judge. I should, I know, but I quite like how it comes out imperfect. Might need a little bit darker than that. Shall we use the actual black ink? Oh, it's one of those, I don't know if you can see that. It's one of those ones, I might do it on a test piece first. Because I like the other one, this version. It had the more condensed foam pad. So we'll just see what that one stamps like. Yeah, that's right. Okay, I'll give it a go. I will give it a go. Might just leave it to dry for a while though. Hopefully that brown that I've already put there won't interfere with it too much. Okay. And maybe just a little bit down here. I don't want to put too much ink on this one, just for a little bit of interest. There we go. Okay, so I can see that that either has sparkles in it or it's going to take a little time to dry, so I won't close that up just yet. I think they're meant to be kind of rustic and, oh, this light is terrible, sorry, and missing in places so that it looks like an old stamp. So I'll wait for that to dry and then I'll close her up and attach that again. So there you go. We used quite a few of the bits and pieces. We tried one of the stamps, we used those two, we used that, we used one of those, we used some stickers out of there, we used a little bit of washi tape, we used that, and we used the other one that has the labels on it because I resined those, and we used the embossing folder. So I think we did quite well with all the little bits and pieces that we used. Apart from this annoying light that we've got going on, I hope you enjoyed the make. I hope the flip through was helpful, the unboxing, and yeah, if you want to, you can give Journalsay a try, maybe test out some of these for yourself. Let me know in the comments how you go. I'm going to close that. I'm just so tempted to finish it with it closed. It's just a me thing. There we go. So thanks for sticking with me if you're still here, and until next time when I see you on Saturday for Love Letters and Lace, mā te wā.